we are going to discuss center of triangles. Basically, what do you mean by center of triangle? There are various centers like incenter, circumcenter, incircle, circumcircle, excircle, like that. This will be a purely basic one. That is, we are not going to discuss any kind of difficult questions. We'll go for the difficult questions in the next one. So this is purely for explanation purpose. As well, this is the most important thing. The first thing is median. What is median and what is centroid? First of all, in a triangle, what is median? Suppose D is the midpoint of AB. D is the midpoint of AB such that AD equals to AB. Then if we join CD, CD is known as median. CD is known as median. Similarly, if this is the midpoint, this BE is also known as the median, and this is the midpoint, and this is also the midpoint. Let's assume that this is also the median, that AE such that C equals to B. Then this point of concurrency of the three lines, that is point of intersection, common intersection of the three lines, is known as the centroid. It is called the centroid. Here are the few properties of median of a triangle. Is a line segment joining a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. This is the definition. Median divides the area of the triangle into two equal halves. Actually, this is very simple. This can be proved using the idea of base division, that is in a triangle. If this is divided, this is A, this is B. The ratio of area of this triangle to this triangle is A is to B. This is the concept of base division. In a scalene triangle, all medians are of different length, but in an isosceles triangle, all medians are not of different length. This median equal in length. Suppose this is an isosceles triangle. This side equals to this side. Then the length of this median and the length of this median are equal. You can note it down. Simply you can note it down. That's your wish. And in an equilateral triangle, all the medians are of equal length. In an equilateral triangle, all the medians are of equal length. Length of a median can be calculated using Apollonius theorem. Now there are some also ideas of centroid. I guess they have also written this. Yes, okay. So now, what is Apollonius theorem? According to Apollonius theorem, if this is a triangle, This is the median. BD equals to CD. Then the length of AD can be calculated as follows. AB square plus AC square equals to 2 times of AD square plus BD square. We can apply this idea to simply calculate the length of this median and this median also. We can apply this. This is what Apollonius theorem is. AB square plus AC square equals to 2 times of AD square plus BD square. Now how we are going to prove this Apollonius theorem? This is very simple thing. Those who are from India, they would get this in NCERT of class 10 book. This is generally taught in the schools in routine mathematics, though its application we can often find in non-routine also. Simply for the proof, the only hint is Pythagoras theorem. This is the only hint, and this is a Now we are moving ahead to the idea of centroid. Centroid is simply the intersection point of concurrency of the three median. Centroid is the point of concurrency of the three median. The most important thing in centroid is centroids divides each median in the ratio. Centroids divide each median in the ratio 2:1. This 2:1 is very important. 2:1 is very important. This 2:1. That is the ratio of AG by GD equals to BG by and similarly CG by GF equals to 2 by 1. This is the idea, this ratio. The centroid divides the triangle into 6 smaller triangles of equal area. This can also be proved very easily. How we can prove it? Area of triangle ABD equals to half of area of triangle ABC, simply by base division. Now in triangle ABD, this part and this part are in the ratio 2:1. Area triangle BGD will be 1 by 3 area triangle ABD, which is equals to 1 by 6 area triangle ABC. So all the smaller triangles so formed, this BGD, this triangle, are having area 1 by 6 of area triangle ABC. I'm removing this. Those who want, they can note. Those who think that this is very easy, they didn't need to note. So we have discussed the proof of this. Now what about the proof of this 2:1? This can be proved using drawing a parallelogram. This 2:1 can be proved drawing a parallelogram, extending the sides and like that, extending the sides and drawing a parallelogram like that. So that we're not going to discuss because this is very easy, basic thing. You can easily find this on the internet. This is proof. Hint is construction of a parallelogram. This is the hint. Now comes altitudes. The point of concurrency of altitudes is known as the orthocenter. Point of concurrency of altitudes is known as orthocenter. These are the altitudes and this is the orthocenter, denoted by H. It is the point of intersection of all the altitudes of a triangle. Definition of orthocenter. What are the properties? Quadrilateral BDHF. The order has been disrupted here. They should be BDE. DCEH. I guess the order has been disrupted here. Now we are having quadrilateral BDHF, DCEH, DCEH. This is a triangle. Just forgot this. The first point. Quadrilateral. BDHF is cyclic. Now why quadrilateral BDHF is cyclic? What is the reason behind this cyclicity? This is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, opposite angle are supplementary, that's why these are cyclic. Similarly, this is also cyclic, this is also cyclic. Forgot this. Focus on this. Quadrilateral BCEF ABDE. I guess the order of ABCD should be opposite the sides accordingly to the standard order. This is D, D, E, F. Now let's see quadrilateral BDHF. BD BDHF. Yes, now it's true. Now this is true. Quadrilateral BDHF. BDHF is cyclic. BDHF is cyclic. DCEH. DCEH is also cyclic. Similar proof, 90 degree, 90 degree, opposite angle are supplementary, so they are cyclic. Now comes quadrilateral BCEF. BCEF. That is this quadrilateral. BCEF. This is also cyclic. Quadrilateral BCEF is also cyclic. This point is important. Now we are not going to prove this because this would consume time. You can simply go for some basic angle changing and you will get it. This is very important point. Because this everyone can visualize, but this everyone cannot visualize until and unless memorized. That's why. H is the orthocenter of the triangle ABC, then A is the orthocenter of triangle HBC. If H is the orthocenter of triangle ABC, then A is the orthocenter of triangle HBC. How this will be the orthocenter? Orthocenter can lie outside the triangle. That means if this property is true. Will this be perpendicular? Never. This will be somewhere here. Because this is perpendicular to this, yeah, this straight line. Let us prove this only. Let us prove this here. This is one perpendicular, another perpendicular needs to meet. Let us consider the perpendicular from C to the side BH. C perpendicular to BH. Now this line we need to extend. We need to create an extension. This is the extension. Now what it is perpendicular? At this point it is perpendicular. So now this is not meeting this altitude. This altitude should meet the point of concurrency of the altitude. So we need to extend this also. Extend this, you would get A. So A is the orthocenter of BDC. From this another thing that you can get, orthocenter can lie outside the circle also. Orthocenter can lie outside the triangle. I said circle at the first time. Yeah, I do remember that I said circle at the first time. Not circle, triangle can lie outside the triangle. Orthocenter can lie outside the triangle. Inside, outside, anywhere it can lie. Simply the point of concurrency of the altitudes. Now there are some properties of orthocenter. One important property of median that I forgot to discuss was that area of a triangle in terms of its median. area of a triangle in terms of its median. Now how this formula is coming, that you have to prove. You can apply. Now this SM doesn't means semi perimeter. This has been defined here. This is the with respect to the medians only. Here comes the properties of orthocenter. This AH is 2R cos A. What is R? R is the circumradius. R is circumradius. This you need to memorize. And here comes the formula of area with respect to orthocenter. 1 by area equals to 4 times of root over h minus. Why we are not discussing all the proofs? We are not discussing all the proofs because this is not possible in this limited time of 1.5 hours. And this h has been defined here as h is, this means height A, height B, height C, HA plus 1 over HB plus 1 over HC by 2. You can see this inverse minus 1 sign. So this is the formula of area with the help of heights or altitudes. Now let us move to the next topic, circumcenter. Point of intersection of perpendicular bisector of the sides. Perpendicular bisector. Now why perpendicular bisector? This is a circle with center O. From the center, if we draw perpendicular to AB, then this will be the perpendicular bisector, because perpendicular from center bisects the chord. So if we draw the perpendicular bisector from the sides, we would get the center only. The converse is also true, which gives us the circumcenter. In a right triangle, circumcenter is the midpoint of hypotenuse. Now why midpoint of hypotenuse? For a right triangle, if this is the diameter, here is the center O, then we know, there is a basic thing, that this angle, any angle on the circumcircle from this chord this is a circle, this is the diameter. So this, since this is the diameter, this equals to this. Since this is the diameter, this equals to this, and this is 90 degrees. So for every right angle triangle, this is the hypotenuse, and the midpoint of the hypotenuse is the circumcenter. That was the simple consideration. circumradius r equals to abc by 4. You can prove it very simply using this. Oh, proof is given only. I don't need to provide you anything. Proof is given. How this is 2r sin c? This is from, there is a property of triangle. This is property of triangle that we have already discussed in application of trigonometry. Everything is given. The slides are very nice. I appreciate the slides. Yes, we are going to discuss questions. After discussing X center, we will discuss 4 or 5 questions like that. In center is the point of intersection or point of concurrency of the angle bisectors. Angle bisectors, points of concurrency. From the incenter we can draw the incircle of the triangle. This should have a radius r. Now there are some important interesting things about the incenter, and often this is one of the most favorite topic asked in Olympiads. Center of the incircle lies always inside the triangle. The triangle DEF is called the contact triangle of ABC. That we didn't need to memorize. We are not going to discuss such kind of boring theories. This R is small r is the in radius. In radius means the radius of the in circle. That is radius of this circle. Already denoted by r. This r is here. Delta means area. Triangle ABC. Area by semi-perimeter. That is, area of any triangle equals to r into semi-perimeter. This is very important. Now this is not only for triangle, but this is valid for any kind of polygon with n number of sides. This is valid for any polygon with n number of sides. Let us consider a polygon. We just consider a square. This is not a polygon, this is a square. Let this be A, B, C, D. We are arguing that area of the square, if this is the radius, this is the center, this is the radius. According to the argument that area of any polygon is r into semi-perimeter, then why this is always valid? Let us discuss this proof. Very simple thing. If we just consider this triangle, what will be the area of this triangle? The area of this triangle will be half into r CD. Similarly, area of this triangle will also be we can find out the area of this triangle, area of this triangle, area of this triangle, and area of this triangle. So when we will add them all, we'll get area of the entire polygon ABCD or ABCDEF, whatever it is, and this will be half multiplied with the sum of its side, which is semi-perimeter. This is the proof. So this point is valid for all the triangles. The proof is also provided here. Now why this is half RCD? Because this is tangent. CD is tangent to the incircle. Since CD is tangent to the incircle, this is the simple logic. We have discussed a lot of theories from incenter, circumcenter, orthocenter, median, area with median, area with median. This is another important thing of median I just forgot to tell. That can be proved using Apollonius theorem. That is sum of the medians, median square, sigma median square is equals to 3/4 sigma of the side square. What do I mean? Let me discuss it here. That is AD square plus BE square AD square plus B square plus CF square equals to 3/4 AB square plus BC square plus CS square. We can prove it using Apollonius theorem. The length of angle bisector AD is two BC B plus C cos angle A/2. All of the proof that you need to prove, because proof help us to learn a lot of things. We won't have that much time to discuss the proof. To B plus C cos angle A/2, length of angle bisector AD. Similarly, we can find out the length of angle bisector B and CD like that. Another important and interesting thing, is when we are drawing this AD, this AD is divided by the incenter in a specific ratio. What do I mean by the B and C? Standard thing, A, this is B, this is C. Similarly, standard thing, C, A, B. This ratio of AI by ID equals to B plus C by A. B plus C by A. Let's solve a question on this. Let's solve a question. I'm having a question. This AI by ID equals to B plus C by A, and this is valid for the other angle bisector also. So now let's go for a question with this. This is the question. The angle bisectors BD and CE of a triangle ABC are divided by the incenter I in the ratio 3:2 and 2:1 respectively. Then what is the ratio in which I divides the angle bisector through A? This is a very simple question. If we just draw a triangle, then we can visualize this more clearly. This is the point of concurrency. I, this is A, B, C, D, E, F. The angle bisector BD and CE of a triangle ABC are divided by the incenter in the ratio 3:2. Let me name this side A, this side B, this side C. Then from what we have learned just now, A plus C by 2 by B equals to 3 by 2. This is one equation that we are getting. Another we are getting A plus B by C equals to 2 by 1. And what we need to find? We need to find B plus C by A. This question mark. Now I can just simply bash it. We can put the value of 2C here. Putting the value of 2C here, we will get out something. B equals to 3A by 2. Now we can put down the value of B equals to 3A by 2 and get a relation between A and C. C will get 5A by 2. Putting this value in this equation. So now we have B and C with respect to A. We can easily find out the ratio. That's your task. Now comes the most beautiful thing. X center. It is the point of intersection of two external and one internal angle bisector. That is, this is the external angle bisector and this is the internal angle bisector. Interesting fact is that this circle is tangent to BC and the extended sides AB and AC. Extended side AB and AC. Or we can say that the three sides externally. It's the center of a circle touching the three sides externally. There are 3x circles for a triangle and all these circles are tangent to the three sides. externally tangent to the three sides. That's why X center. Now how do you find the radius of this X center? Radius of this X center can be found out using this formula. This is for this AI. That's why we have denoted it by RA. Tan of angle A by 2. Not AI, sorry, ID. Exactly, not ID. RA is the most appropriate term. Radius of this in circle. This is also known as ascribed circle. Now there are some properties. The first property is that we need to prove AE, the length of AE equals to S. How we are going to prove this? A equals to AF, tangent from a point are equal. AE equals to AF. So AE plus AF is what? AB plus AC plus BE plus CF. Interesting fact is that this CF equals to CD, BE equals to BD. Tangent from the same point, which is equals to AB plus AC plus BD plus CD, which is equals to AB plus BC plus CA, that is 2S. Now A equals to AF. Using this, 2 times of AE equals to 2S. AE equals to S. So this is the first proof. This is the first proof. Area of the triangle equals to RA into S minus A. That you can easily prove out using this idea. Using this idea only. What do I mean by A? A means this side BC. This is C. This is B. A equals to BC. Now what's the proof? The proof is very simple. Let's see what happens when we are going for RA into S. If this is S and here is this radius, let us consider RA, then this will give us the area of this triangle, which is half RAS. Let us add this area and this area, we will get RAS. So RAS is the total area of this quadrilateral. Now let us subtract. RAS is the total area and we are going to subtract ARA. How do you go for this ARA? Simple idea is that if we just join this triangle, area of this triangle and area of this triangle is equal. What is area of this triangle? Area of this triangle is BD by 2 into RA. So area of this quadrilateral will be twice of that. Similarly, we will go for this. When we will add, we will get A. This will be CD by 2 RA. Let us add them, multiply by 2, we will get this area. So this is subtracted, we get this area of triangle. That was the proof. That has already been discussed why this is S. This is useless slide. Useless slide. Or if I guess some use is there which I have forgot. This question has already been discussed. Now we are going for the questions. Whatever 1 or 2 or 3 questions are there. This is the first question. In a triangle ABC, it is known that AB equals to AC. AB equals to AC. Suppose D is the midpoint of AC. And BD equals to BC equals to 5. This side equal, this is BD. Then the area of triangle ABC we need to find out. Pause it, try it, solve it. Then we need to find out the area of triangle ABC. We can consider AB as x. This is x by 2. This is x by 2. This is 5. We can apply Apollonius theorem now. Those who are still not understanding. Applying Apollonius theorem, this is x square plus 5 square equals to 2 times of BD square plus CD square. From this we can find out the value of x. If we can find out the value of x, we are having the values of the 3 sides. We'd get the 3 sides. Then we will simply apply Heron's formula or Hero's formula to find out the area of the triangle. That's it. This is, you can say, homework, classwork, same thing. What is the area of a triangle if the medians of a triangle are 9, 12 and 15? We are having the direct formula, 4 by 3 root over of SM minus A, B, C, like that. We can apply this formula directly. MA, MB, MC represents this formula. and find out the area. Another approach, that is geometric approach. Nine, 12, 15. Okay, that would be very difficult if you just go for properties of triangle, find the value of cos, and then try to find out the area of one part of the triangle and multiply by 6. Let us assume AD EF. Let us assume AD equals to 9, B equals to 12, CF equals to 15. We can apply the idea of 2:1 ratio. This will be 3, this DG will be 3, CF equals to 15, so this will be 10. Actually, this geometric method or applying Apollonius theorem is simply wastage of time. We can directly apply the formula. The geometric method involves a little bit of construction, drawing a parallelogram. Actually, the figure is not appropriate here. We draw this line is parallel to CF. This is parallel to CF. And we will extend this DG to cut here. Now this is parallel, that means this angle equals to this angle, alternate angle. This angle and this angle are vertically opposite angle. This side equals to this side. So these two triangles are congruent to each other. These two triangles are congruent to each other. As per my consideration, this is 10, this is 5, this is 6, this is 3, this is 8, this is 4. Using the idea of 2:1 ratio. So this side is also 10, this part is 3. Now I can find out the area of triangle, area of this triangle using Heron's formula. If you can find out area of this triangle using Heron's formula, let this point be some x. Area triangle BGX. Find out using Heron's formula. This will be 24 centimeter square. Not centimeter, unit square. So area of this triangle will be 12. Now I know that it divides it into 6 equal parts, the medians. And if you have the area of any single part, any single triangle, then we can just multiply it with 6, as we have already proved it during the discussion. I guess here we have proved it while discussing this point. Yes, this has been proved. The centroid divides into 6 equal parts. You can write another important thing. 1 by 6 area triangle ABC. This is 24, this is 12, so area of triangle ABC will be 6 times of 12, 72. This is our answer. Now we are going for a beautiful problem. Definitely the credit goes to AOPS for such beautiful problems. And the Mathematical Teachers Association of America. In triangle, AIM is full form is American Invitational Mathematical Examination. In triangle ABC, the medians AD and C have the length 18 and 27 respectively. AB equals to 24. Extend C to intersect the circumcircle of triangle ABC at F. The area of triangle AFB is m root n, where m and n are positive integers and n is not divisible by the square of a prime. Find m plus n. I am not going to solve this question numerically. Some calculations will be left for you. I will give you hints. The first hint is proper diagram. That is, we need to draw a proper diagram with the given information. Let's solve it. This is the diagram. In triangle ABC, median AD and C have length 18 and 27. This AD is 18, C is 27, AB it is given, it is 24. E is the midpoint, so A is equals to 12. Let this be G. Let this median be G. Not median, centroid. We need to find the area of triangle AFB. AFB. The first approach will be finding out the value of EF using point of a circle that we have already discussed in circles chapter. EF into C EF equals to 16 by 3. We need to find out the value of AFB. If we can find out the value of sine of this angle, then only our task will be finished. Frankly speaking, seriously speaking, that this 18 is really one of the most useful figure provided here. If we just use the idea of 2:1, then we will get here that AG equals to, using the idea of 2:1, 2 by 3 into 18, that is 12. This part is 12. Similarly, G equals to 9. G equals to 9. Now we need to find out the value of sine of this angle AEF, so that we can find out the area of triangle AEF. And then simply multiply it by 2 to get out our answer. Before finding out the value of sine, interestingly, if you just draw a perpendicular, since this is a isosceles triangle. This is isosceles triangle, so let us draw a perpendicular from here. This point will be some, this is 9, okay. This is 9. So this triangle will look like something like this. 9 has been divided. This is the perpendicular. We do not know what is the height. This is 9 by 2. And this is 12. This angle is theta. This angle is also theta. These are vertically opposite angles. We will get cos theta equals to 9 by 2 by 12, 9 by 24, 3 by 8. From this we can find out the value of sin theta. How to find the value of sin theta from cos theta? Root over 1 minus cos square theta. So area of triangle will be, I am giving you the area of triangle, then you find and compute according to the question. AE, that is 12, into EF, 16 by 3, 12 into 16 by 3, into 1 minus cos square theta. This is the area of the triangle. We are having the value of cos square theta, 3 by 8. This will be the area of triangle AFB. Quite simple for us. Let's move to the next question. Altitudes of a triangle are 12, 15 and 20. What is the area of the triangle? That question we can simply solve using this formula. But we are not going to apply this formula. We'll just give you a new hint for this problem. The new hint is quite simple. There is area of a triangle. If I consider it A, half A into height with corresponding to A. This HA can be thought of as 2A by 2. Sorry. Area is half A into HA. This A can be thought of as 2A over HA. Similarly, we can find B and C. Applying Heron's formula, you would get A equals to S into S minus 2A over HA, S minus 2B over HB, S minus 2C over HC. S also we can find out 2A You just see the dimension analysis, that how many times A is appearing. 1 2 3 4. It is also 1 2 3 4. You'll get the area from this. After solving this, we'll get out the area. That was a new approach. If you solve it, you can also derive this formula using this idea. You can even derive this formula using this idea. I guess this is the last question. ABC has incenter I. Let point X and Y be located on the line segment AB and AC respectively. So that BX into AB equals to IB square. Whenever we see such kind of format in triangle, in center, circle, we relate it with power of a point. And this is the only hint that we need to solve the problem. Even I am not going to solve the problem also. ABC has incenter I. Let's solve it. Let X, Y be the points on the line segment AB and AC respectively. ABC has incenter I. Apply power of a point for the triangle BX into AB equals to IB square. Just think independently. That this is a tangent, BI is a tangent, and this AB into AX, AB into BX. Are you getting the point? ABI. Think for a triangle, think for a circle. This is A, B and C. Somewhere I am having the incenter I. The circle definitely passes through the point X. X and Y be located on the line segment AB. Suppose X is a point here. Let's imagine a circle. There is X. This is tangent. And this power of a point is also valid. BX into AB equals to IB square. Similarly, CY into CA equals to IC square. From this power of a point we are having this idea. Similarly, ci square equals to cy into ca. That is if we draw another circle. With ai and y. Where is y? ai and y. This point is y. Then what we are going to have? Let's look at this very simply. If we join this point ix, then this is a chord which is subtending an angle at the alternate segment, and this angle is also equal by alternate segment tangent theorem. Here we are applying alternate segment tangent theorem. Let me write it, that would be better. By alternate segment theorem, angle BIX equals to angle IAB. Since I is the incenter, this is equals to angle A by 2. Similarly, if you join this part, then this angle is also equals to angle A by 2. So what about this angle? Angle PIC will be 180 minus angle A by 2. Now this is B by 2 and this angle is C by 2. Angle BIC also equals 180 minus B by 2 minus C by 2 by angle sum property. We can get A equals to B plus C. This is not A by 2, this will be A. This will be A. Simply solving this, we will get 180 minus angle A equals to 90 plus A by 2, which will give us 90 cancels, 3 by 2A equals to 90, or angle A or angle BAC equals to 60 degrees. How we are getting this? Just apply angle sum property here. Apply angle sum property here. You would get angle B plus angle C, 180 minus angle A, angle sum property of a triangle. This was very interesting question. I guess we are end with the questions. I hope for so. This one more question is left. Actually, this question is totally based on a PRMO PYQ. Only the concept has been provided. The full question is not provided. Read the question, try to solve it, or else I am going to solve it now only. ABC be a triangle, let Gamma denote the encircle, omega denote the encircle of ABC. Draw tangents to which are parallel to the sides of ABC. Let R1, R2, R3 be the radii of the three corner triangles so formed. Find R1, R2, R3 by R. Tangents which are parallel to the sides of ABC. Approximately, let us assume that this is the encircle. We cannot go for accurate results here. Draw tangents parallel to the sides. R1, R2, R3 be the radii of the three corner triangles so formed. I am drawing only one corner circle. This is one corner circle. Let its radius be R1, RA. This is our simplest observation that we can have. RA by R equals to this height HA by this total height, if this is H, HA by H. Now what are the further thing we are going to prove it? HA by H, which is equals to now this HA can be thought of as, if this is the radius R, then we can thought of this as H minus, since these are parallel, okay, these are parallel, this angle will be 180 degree. H minus 2R by H, that is 1 minus 2R by H. Now what we are going to do is another simple trick. 2R, let us give a S here, RS will give us delta. Let us give another S here, and for delta let us go for H into A. We can simply replace this 2 here and multiply A here. This will give us area, and this will also give us area of the triangle. 1 minus A times of delta over delta S, delta cancel, 1 minus A over S. This is RA by R. Now when we will go for sigma, when we will add it this RA by R, we will get 1 minus A by S. we'll get 1 minus s minus a plus b plus c by s. This will be 3s. Then the ratio is something else. There is a mess. 3s, 2s, this is 2s. Okay, this is perfect. 3s, this a plus b plus c, this is also sigma. Okay, that is s minus a by s plus s minus b by s plus s minus c by s. By sigma I mean this 3s minus 2s by s equals to 1. So we have Ra plus Rb plus Rc equals to R. The ratio is 1. This is our answer. Very simple proof. Here we are ending our session.